Is there any items in the consent agenda that need to be removed or added?
I have just a question on the payable. Payroll is fine, but payable, we have, which is open yet. Last month, we had a substantial amount for Douglas Lawn Care. And this month, we have another one, over $4,000. And it says for mowing and plowing. Of course, there's no plowing, and it's been very dry. I don't know how much mowing's been done or why that amount is as high as it is, unless I'm missing something or something else is done.
You know, I drove by the other day, I was thinking the same thing, and that we should maybe decrease the cuttings when it's like this, although now lately we did have a rain and it sheets up. Maybe you could do it by inches, I don't know, but then you get into a fast growing season and then it gets really tall, but.
Well, I thought we talked about cutting the mowings for like 4 inches or more. It just seems like there's a lot of money going out. In my opinion, unless I'm missing something. I'm pretty sure last month we gave 3,000 and now this is 4,000. And like I said, I don't know if there's other work being done. To.
You mean, and you mean aside from, weed whacking and.
It's been really dry.
Yeah.
What do you want to do? Is there?
So
do we-
we're at
do we
the-
wanna, set a, we mow every 2 weeks or something? Or when we ask him to mow?
Well, who's gonna monitor the call for him to mow? Who's gonna?
One of us would have to.
Are we at D1? Or am I lost already, or are we at D1?
We're still talking
We're
about
still
the
talking about-
payable.
Okay, so it's like, is there any item that we want to add for discussion later? In the agenda, right? That needs to be removed, or that needs to be added?
Well, there's a couple of things where. Yeah, I was a little ahead of myself. I apologize. I went to the consent agenda instead. There is a couple of things on the agenda that. That need to be clarified. One of them is under D10, which is my report, and it says July 18th, and if you open it up, it's July 20th report. I don't know why it's there, it shouldn't be there. So I
You
think
mean
that should be
June
removed.
20?
Oh, I think I did that, Gary, when I was, you gave me a picture of your report. It wasn't in the Word. I transferred it to Word. And I probably put down June 20th. I'll correct that.
So.
That's easily correct.
If we're on the agenda now, then can I like to add the minutes from the last meeting?
Yeah,
Karen might have those ready.
Not sure she has them ready.
And I want to remove.
Jerry, I'll just grab it. That's in the agenda package.
well, and down in board comments, that's my report, the July report, that's the up in the report.
Wasn't it in report?
No,
Where did I put it?
it's under board comments, it's not in the reports.
Oh, right. I thought your report was your comment, maybe. Sometimes they are.
Where is it at?
Where's it at?
Where did you say it's at?
L1. Oh,
Give me a line number, son. I got it on G10.
G10 is that's the 20th report, that's not, that shouldn't be there. My July 18th report should be there.
That is your July
is
18th
that
one,
the
isn't it?
way?
Okay, I just got July 20th right here.
Yeah, but I think I'm the one that printed the trustee report. No, I didn't. I didn't do that. I must have selected it wrong.
The board comments on L1 is my July report. That should be up where 20 is. It should be in the reports.
We'll take care of this after the meeting.
Okay.
We can talk about this all day, guys.
I think it's in the correct place in the agenda that there's
It's not the right report.
That's the agenda I'm in. I can't get in, I compass on here. So I'm in the same agenda that if anyone out there isn't.
Well, I'm on the same.
And I see
page, too.
Gary's
I don't know.
report is trustee Gruss under 17 G10.
But it's the
Report is
wrong
there.
report.
But it's June 20th.
No, it says July 18.
Well, if you open,
Oh, if you
If
open
you
it,
open it,
oh,
it says
okay.
June
I
20th.
open it,
so it's the wrong attachment.
But we'll take care of that later.
Okay.
Move on.
All right.
What else we gotta change?
I6, I want to remove it or not,
Remove what?
the freedom day versus passive.
You don't wanna talk about that today?
No. Not until I get more information.
You would like to remove, I9?
I6.
We don't do that. I6.
No, by 6.
Anyone got a problem removing I6? Okay, we ready to approve our, whatever we're approving? Where we at? Got me lost now. We're up on D.
I don't know, it's easy to do.
We're on the agenda. Okay, we're gonna. The only thing we're doing is moving I6, right? Can I get
Yeah.
a motion to approve the agenda as changed by removing I6?
I'll make that motion.
Ben made a motion. Can I get a second?
Right here. Is that in
No.
No.
Take care of that at that. No second?
I said,
Ron, a second. All in favor, say aye. That's account payable. We gotta have a vote. Gary,
Yeah.
Rhonda,
yes.
Kenzie, yes, Beverly,
Yes.
Chrissy is absent. E, we're back at public comment again. We do a lot of that. Karen?
What makes you think?
No, you don't have a
No,
comment?
I do.
Okay, I thought so.
I'm sure all of us join in paying our respects for Chuck Moore. Not just as a building inspector, but also as a kind soul. As for other comments, they're always made as an independent citizen. They include facts to the best of my knowledge as well as my own opinions. Tonight we'll be talking about the clerk vacancy. I was genuinely happy for Christie when I heard she had a full-time job, and I'm praying for a peaceful transition. Lessons learned. We should not overload any one person. There are, aside from the statutory duties, there's a lot of non-statutory duties, and if you add them all up, it does get to be overwhelming. So hopefully, moving forward, I think we have quite a few people willing to share in the load. And many hands make light work. It'll be important also to separate personal feelings from professional relationships as much as possible, always easier said than done. And maybe improving internal communication and implementing some best accounting practices. Later on in the agenda, I think you're gonna be talking about the iCompass Diligent, and at this time, when there's already a pretty big change, it seems maybe unwise to make another change, so maybe settle into what you have first. And also when you get to the part about interim building inspector, I think Chuck was really trying to prepare Andy Potts, so maybe keep that in mind as well. That's it.
Anyone else have public comment? Marcia?
Yeah, sorry. I guess what I want to say is, and it's probably not in the appropriate place, but when we're choosing new people for positions, I think a lot depends on the resumes as such, really what their experience is. And I'm sure we pay, it may cost us more, I don't know, for an experienced, I don't want to say educated, but a person that has the right credentials to do the job. And I think it's important that we be very careful on choosing someone who we need for a position, not just, and I sometimes think, and I guess, I think it's someone who should be impartial. And there are advantages to having people who live in the township and people who don't. That example with, well, I'll just say it. Example with, saying, okay, well, this looks all right, but do we have a checkoff list of everything that needs to be, legally done for each thing that this person is doing? They should be, know that maybe there has to be a fence up before you do any construction, or maybe you need a certain permit before you can approve something. I think we're paying a lot of money, and I know it takes a lot of time to do these things, but I don't know if there is a checklist for things. And I think there should be things that what we approve, well, then what the county approves, and then what the state approves. I think everybody who has a job should know exactly what is legal and not legal. I just feel like, and that's just my opinion. I think we need to be very, we're paying a lot of money, taxes and everything else, and we can't, I don't want to say the good old boy type thing, but we can't depend on, we need to do it impartially. And that should be this list, and they should be qualified to do this job, and not because they're just familiar. I mean, I think like when you have, and I don't want to pick on a building inspector or an assessor or anything else like that, but the fact is that if you don't go out and look and see things, you just look at a map, it doesn't tell you what's going on. I mean, if you're not out there with a tape measure or other things, making sure that you're within the laws, that all the permits have been acquired, I don't know, that has to be somebody's job. And then it'll keep us, I think, out of maybe some predicaments that we may get finding ourselves in. I think we have to be more picky with who we feel, and I know it's hard to find people to do jobs, but I really think there should be a whole list, and they should, like you have to go through a list to approve something or not approve it. You have to answer the question yes or no, does it fit it? I think those should be more of those protocols should be in place.
Thank you. Anyone else? Going. Information reports.
So do we have a printed Oh, probably not, this packet's so big, do we have a printed packet?
I thought we had to do the consent agenda first.
Oh, I'm sorry,
We haven't done the consent agenda yet?
No.
no, that's what we voted on.
Well,
No, you did the agenda.
Oh, yeah, I jumped ahead again.
Agenda.
I've done that quite a few times. Can I get a motion to approve the consent agenda as, corrected? Oh, as presented.
my only comment on that is we need to check with, because of the costs are going to the Sexton. And I'm not saying they're not warranted, I'm just saying we need to know why they're as high as they are. If this continues, we're gonna be way over budget. So that's my opinion on the payables.
My only comment on that is, I don't know what the invoices look like, maybe they could be more detailed so that we know exactly what.
I believe they are more detailed than what's received.
Yeah, I've never seen the actual invoice.
Did I get a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented?
So move.
Gary made the motion. Got a second, Rhonda? This has got to be a roll call vote. Gary,
Yes.
Rhonda,
Yeah.
Kenzie, yes, Christie's absent. Bev,
Yes.
information reports. We have a new, deputy sheriff here tonight, Jeffrey Gilbert. You go by Jeffrey or Jeff?
Jeff, I don't care what you call me, honestly.
I feel the same way.
As long as I have a job, I don't care.
Well, welcome aboard.
Thank you. Is there anything I need to know right off the bat? On how these meetings are run? Was I late? Or did you guys have?
No, you were actually early. We don't start till 7 on the third Tuesday. And, you know, if you're busy, pulling somebody over or having to go somewhere, that's your priority.
What day, and this is something we can talk about later, what day do you like the reports by?
We like to have them like the Friday before the, meeting, before 5 o'clock, so that we can get them into the consent
Wow.
agenda.
I'm impressed.
So far, so good.
And then if anything else comes up, obviously I have the department cell phone. If I'm not working, I'm just gonna leave it in the office. But I can leave you guys with my cell phone number if something crazy comes up.
Do you have the township cell phone?
Yeah, that's what I meant, the
Oh,
township
okay.
cell phone, not the department phone.
Yeah.
And your email address is the same as the office. I mean, that,
Yes.
yeah.
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 Yep, last name, first initial, and then.
Yeah.
So Sheriff's Department responded to 83 calls for service. That includes fire and EMS assist. MSP, Michigan State Police responded to 9 calls for service inside of Columbia Township. Animal Control received 7 animal problem calls for service. I wish I had stats from previous months to say assaults are up or down, or it's the summer, assaults and threats and public peace are gonna be up. People are drinking, having fun, being outside all hours of the night. So, does
Really?
anyone here live on any of the lakes we got?
Yeah.
Any concerns that I need to be aware of?
Yes, fireworks.
Fireworks, those still going on?
They're designated certain days and certain
Okay.
hours, and you know what? They were before this year. I mean, before they were supposed to be, and they're still going on now.
Okay,
So, I mean, that really needs to be addressed.
all days of the week or just on weekends or?
No, before,
Friday and Saturday night seem to be the worst, don't you think?
Yeah,
But there's-
we still get them. I get them at 1 o'clock in the afternoon at lunchtime. It's like somebody goes out on lunch and they decide to set a firework off. And of course,
Oh, look at that box in my cup.
everybody goes crazy. Yeah, I mean, so it's really, it's more at night, it's irritating.
Yeah,
You know, because people do during the week have to get up and go to work the next morning, you know, that type of stuff. It's been quiet since we came out.
And
I
in
would
my,
say.
in my neighborhood, we've had one riding lawnmower got stolen.
Yeah.
Another, they were trying to steal off of someone's porch. I'm the last one left, a holdout with, they're recording all this. And that last one, he just put a big picture outside and said, I got you, don't come back. but seems to be a lot of theft and a lot of
Yeah, and I know.
drug type people are up and down that road.
Yeah, a few of our theft cases from other parts of the county have been solved by, following up with locals here, and they've had the property. So I'm aware of the people that typically go around and steal other people's property. But I just wanted to hear from you guys if there was anything that I needed to address right away.
Does Marine Patrol go out very often?
I don't know staffing wise, what numbers they're up to. I know they spend a lot of time on the big lakes, the more heavily populated lakes like Gravel Lake down in Lawton. Some of the ones that have a lot more people on them.
We
But I don't
haven't
know.
yet a lot.
No,
Friday and Saturday, they come to, Saddle Lake, they're there for about a half hour, they come in 5 to 6.
and I can put in a request too that you guys have wanted more marine patrol. During the week, I don't know what you're gonna get as far as during the week patrol, because these guys, they got other jobs within the agency that they do during the week, and then the weekend is when they get out and get in the boat, so.
Typically, the problem time is weekends.
Yeah.
Or if, then, out-of-state people who are here and,
For partying,
so.
Friday night.
drugs and that go on all the time.
What would you guys say the out-of-state percentages on our lakes here versus in-state? Or seasonal versus year-round residents?
80% maybe plus.
Sarah, you know that, but it's what, at least.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's at least.
Weekend,
Yeah.
it's Friday night.
It's only
Saturday,
about 60-40%.
Sunday afternoon to
Yeah,
start
it
night.
needs to be, and I'm thinking that. the
That's
professionals
usually-
out there.
At least from what I've seen and experience elsewhere is,
Huh?
that's where problems come in, is all the out-of-state
It's
people.
not compared to what it used to
They think
be.
it's
No.
the campground, there's no rules.
Yeah.
No, a lot of the locals do too.
Yeah.
One of the problems we have on Saturday, we have a public access, you take the rent, jet ski in South Haven, and they
Okay.
tell them if the lake's too rough, go to Saddle Lake.
And they put in a public access.
Yeah, they don't, yeah.
Mhm.
I will be sending you an email. I'd like to get together with you and Ken and Beth, our zoning administrator.
Okay.
We're all on the same page as far as our ordinance, regulations and
Yeah.
and zoning regulations. So, plan on that sometime. We'll set it up at your schedule.
I have a question too.
Yes.
Do you still have the school where, we used to have a school here where, kids can come in and get trained on the rules of the lake? Does anybody know that anymore?
On the rules of the lake.
Yeah, you have to be a certain age.
At a certain age before you can drive, jet skis,
They've never-
drive the boat.
I don't know all the voting laws. I know a lot of that stuff went away
Yeah.
because if you're 16 with a valid driver's license, you can drive a boat.
Oh.
So it used to be where you'd have to have a big voter safety course. I don't think that's still the case.
But they do offer voter safety courses. My grandkids just went to one. So, they still do offer them.
Yeah, but if they don't have to take them, they're not gonna take them.
Well,
If it's, I think it's a good idea, wonderful,
yeah.
but if it's voluntary, it isn't gonna happen.
Boils down to responsibility of the parents.
Right, exactly.
Deputy
Yeah.
Cooper, do you, offhand know the laws on, target shooting? Can you do it at night, and how far do you need to be from the road?
So
And
people
what
can do
kind
it at
of-
night because if they have lighting, I mean, you can shoot a gun safely on your property at any hours, whether it's breaking a noise ordinance or not, is a different story. You have to obviously be shooting in a safe direction. Hunting is a little different as well. It has to be 150 feet away from a roadway or a home.
The
So-
target shooting though,
I
you
think
can
target
be
shooting-
20 foot from the road. And
Road is a little different. I'll have to brush up on that and let you know.
can I look that up?
Yeah.
Is there some
There
way to
should
look
be,
that up? I don't want to make you do that.
No, you can look it up. It should be either on michigan.gov on their website under the MSP thing, or it's gonna be under DNR's, the conservation webpage. So they have all the fish game and shooting laws down there. And then I can reach out to one of the DNR guys for our county, see if he does voter safety classes. And if he does, I can share that information. You guys can post it.
Fine, thank you.
Anything else?
Well, nice meeting you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get back out unless you guys need anything from me.
No, I don't think it, Gary's gonna protect us.
Y'all have a good one.
Thank you.
Well, he might protect everyone but me. Our fire chief is not here tonight. He had a death in the family. I didn't get anything from Life EMS. I didn't get anything from senior services, and I don't know where our county commissioner is tonight. So we're gonna move on to unfinished business. You all heard Butch say that we got about 900 tires. We were gonna shut it down to about 800 tires because we still have to take some on the day of the event. So I'm gonna put an ad in the newspaper correcting the ad that we have right now, saying that we're not taking any more tires till that day, and I'm gonna limit them to the minimum amount of tires that we can get.
Is there a conservation district tire event coming up that we could direct them
On
to?
the 24th. Of August, Bloomingdale is having one, but it's for large tires, tractor tires, and semi tires,
Oh, okay.
and electronic. So there's nothing there, but just to give you guys an update on that, on unfinished business, so we're gonna move to new business, and we have interviews for the clerk position. Kara has withdrawn her application. So we have only one person to interview, and that's Mary Phelps. And I guess, Mary, we all know you, so if you just want to get off and give us a little feel, we can move on.
Okay, I'm happy to fill in to the position, and Kara has said she's gonna help me with some things, so she's not going away. Thank you, Laura.
Good.
Because she does a great job.
She does do a great job,
And
but I need some help there.
we all need. And I'm happy that she's gonna stay on, and hopefully someday, you never know what'll happen. But I'm willing to fill in. Real estate is slow, about half of what I normally am, so I do have some time to fill in and,
You answered my question, one of my questions there.
oh, okay. Yeah, I have accounting experience, management experience. I'm old enough to have pretty much all experience, you know.
I was
Some
looking
sort or
at
another.
your qualifications, but I'm sorry to interrupt, don't mean to, but it appears that you filled in as deputy clerk for a while, as well as FOIA coordinator for the township. You're a little bit, legal experience is with employment and contract law knowledge, which helps. Also record management, budget controls, board review experience, municipal experience with us. Maybe some others that's not, elaborated here. Also grant writing abilities, worked with the elections. Also with, payables and payroll, with a fairly large firm here in Allegan. And being self-employed, you have the ability to have flexible hours. So I think that from what I see here, obviously a self-motivator because you're a real estate agent, self-employed. So I'm happy that you, are willing to fill in interim, and have some other help with Kara. That's great. So I think your credentials are well taken.
Yeah, the contract management, the Child and Family Services is where I work for social services, so I did all the contracts. And managed those. And then, yeah, I worked there for 12 years. So I did get a lot of experience there. And then I ended up doing their, social services, you do a little bit of everything, right? I ended up doing their accounting and payroll also. Quality of, performance. So,
Rhonda, you got any questions?
I know what you did.
I have a question.
That is public.
So do you intend to, or you must appoint a deputy?
mhm.
You have one in mind?
Well, I do have somebody in mind. Kara isn't able to do it right now. She's real busy with blueberries. So, my daughter actually is an accountant, graduated the top of her class at Northern. And she will step in and help us wherever she can. So. Ken, do you have any questions for me?
Do I have any questions for you? We talked this afternoon, or this morning, right after the board of review. I'm good. Anyone else? Okay, thank you. I too select a township clerk. I guess I need a motion to appoint Mary Phelps as Columbia Township Clerk,
So
beginning on August 16th, 2023, a minute after midnight.
so moved.
Gary made a motion. Can I get a second?
That's second.
On the second, let's see. This is money probably. Yeah. We need a vote. Gary,
Yes.
Rhonda,
Yes.
Kenzie, yes, and Beverly,
Yes.
and Christie's absent.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Transfer administrator for IT, internet, emails, banking accounts, credit cards. After March 15, 23, the appropriate administrative roles will be provided to the appointed clerk.
There was one thing that I neglected to mention in this for the change and I don't think that should be March 15th. I think it should be August 15th.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I saw that earlier. I forgot to make a note of it.
Oh,
So
how could that happen?
So I'm a little confused by this. Doesn't that automatically happen when the new clerk becomes the clerk or what?
Well, we need to have a smooth transition and the stuff that we could transfer now, we need to transfer now.
not only that, but the bank needs minutes with the
The bank needs a minute to be able to, we're gonna,
yeah, with the new.
So this should say after August
August.
15th,
yeah,
twenty
just say after
23.
August 15th.
The appropriate administrative roles will be provided to the appointed clerk. And then is it listing those roles? I was confused by this whole thing. I didn't understand it, what it was for, or
We're trying to transfer the administrators for the internet, emails, bank account, credit cards. The administrator, we're not trying to.
oh, so that you can show the companies or
So
whatever that this
so
is.
We can.
The
assign
legal clerk.
people
Okay,
the tasks that they can do.
okay, I didn't understand.
We're not trying to take anything away from any, we're just gonna make.
I
a
didn't
new
think we were, I
administrator.
just didn't understand it.
And then it says after the March 15th, then I would go back to the role will be provided. to
August
the
15th.
appointed clerk,
August 15th.
August 15th. Did I say March again?
Yes.
Maybe that's why I put that down there that way.
Must be somebody's birthday.
Not mine. I'm gonna write down March.
So do we need a motion for that or?
Yeah,
Yeah, the motion is written below. It says move to assign an administrative role for IT, internet, camera access, remote access, email, banking accounts, credit cards, ET from clerk to IT treasurer, supervisor as deemed appropriate. So it's, Maureen's gonna get it, the treasurer's gonna get something. You've already started getting some, didn't you, Ron?
The credit card payments.
Credit card
Yeah.
statements and stuff, or that, and supervisor is deemed appropriate, so.
So. So Mary's gonna have, are we changing the,
I don't think our clerk can take over till after
Right.
August fifteenth.
Right, right.
So 16th, we can start moving stuff back to her. In the meantime, it's gonna go with Roy, the treasurer and supervisor. And then
She can start learning
we
some
will,
more.
sit down and talk about who's gonna get what when, well,
Well, Mary. gave-
Roy, the supervisor and the treasurer are gonna get them here before the August 15th, and then after that, the clerk is gonna be given the one she needs back, like the credit cards probably belong, some of those belong on her side.
The email accounts, even all of those need to
Correct.
probably.
Correct.
yeah,
You
so-
need somebody that's
So I get
administrator
one.
or the emails
Yeah.
and who gets to do what, where. So we're on I3, and could I get a motion to move to sign the administrative role for IT, internet, camera access, remote access, email, bank accounts, credit cards, etc., from the clerk to IT, treasurer, supervisor as deemed appropriate.
So moved.
Gary made a motion, you got a second?
Yes.
Beverly. So, we probably ought to roll call vote on this, Gary,
Yes.
Rhonda,
Yes.
Kenzie, yes. Christie's absent. Beth?
Yes.
Yes. I4 military, the L4029 form.
So the supervisor
If you-
recommended one?
If you look at the supervisor's recommended one, you'll see what our millage rates are. And the only one that is changing is the one for the operations. And we're basically gonna stay as what we were last year for 2022. So we lost Mary, Martha, and Bert.
There a female huddle going on?
So we can just.
Another meeting.
Now.
All in favor of finishing up everything we got?
Interested in this, so what was that again? 5 mils? That's a joke.
Very funny.
I think it's gonna.
You know, it's a lot better when she comes late. She's tired. So,
I couldn't help it with.
Anyways, this is-
Yeah, I thought that's what they came for, and then
It's the
there's,
tax, yeah.
they must
Well,
trust
I
you
think they
that
knew
you're
what we're
not.
gonna do because.
They got the trust transfer.
we got it done.
So,
So we need to make a motion to approve this.
Well, if you guys are in agreement to do that, yeah, we should make. should do that.
to approve,
I'm just showing you what the L429 will look like. I also gave you a blank one and I gave you the checklist we have to go through. Which I've completed all the checklists, I've done everything and set in there. I know.
So which,
so Ken, what are we approving? The
No.
millage request report,
we're approving the 0.395 increase.
right, I don't see that on here anywhere.
What's that? What don't you see?
The 0.39, whatever the amount is, am I on the wrong document? I'm still in the supervisor's,
It's 0.0495 increase.
so I'm in
Come on,
there.
right there, 752.8 is the same as that one, so 22 is the same as it is this year. That's what the heading comment does, it doesn't matter what that,
Okay,
okay?
okay,
Yeah, and,
okay.
that's what we do.
That explains mine. Okay, I understand now. That's why I didn't see a separate number, because we're approving to keep it at this, which is kind of a raise.
So,
That's a
the
double.
way I wrote this motion, and if you guys want to change the way that it's written. You can, but I wrote the motion to say that, move to approve supervisor recommended L429. And if you want to make different wording than that, you can.
So the public hearing notice says that the increase would be 0.3952 mils. So now, what's correct? The the resolution says that, and the ad says that, and we come up with a 0.49 something other.
So what he just explained to me is the original was 7.2228. Right now, we're at 6, or the recommended is the 7 that I just said. We're currently at 0.6733. And with the addition that we talked about earlier, it brings it to the recommended. So that's why there's not that amount, that 3.349, whatever that was there.
Increase from the hearing with the tax is 7.35%. That's total. Yeah,
You're right there.
yeah,
And what this is, it tells you right here, the current maximum volume millage rate
Correct,
together,
correct.
and that's what we're going for.
right.
Tells you what it's 2022. And,
Nothing else changed, it's just general operating.
That's
all it
correct.
is.
that's all, that's the only one that changed from all of these, they all stay the same.
Yep, but here it says, with a hearing, 0.3952.
That is the truth and tax computation, they have to go from the base tax rate fraction,
Correct.
then they have to take the operating millage rate total, so now you're looking at the total.
It says all that right there.
Yeah, and that's what, from using the total, you get that much,
Right.
but that's not. That's not what you're getting with just this one, because you're looking at this whole
Correct,
number.
you're looking at the whole thing.
So what I've done is I've taken it to the one and only put the one in there,
Okay,
okay?
okay, so what's gonna be down here? Nothing in there.
Nothing in there.
Okay, so this 44.7 is actually what the increase is gonna be.
If we did everything,
Yeah, but we're not doing
we're
that.
not doing, we selected only the one.
Yeah,
And over here, this is where we can determine what the selected one is,
right.
and then they tell you what the actual gain is, and that's. the number
That's,
that we
okay,
get.
that's the 0.0495.
Correct,
So that's what we're going for,
correct.
because the taxable value isn't gonna change. in
That's
any of
correct.
these. Yeah, okay,
Okay?
Yep.
And that resulted in the $5,610.
right.
Okay, now what do we wanna do?
Move to.
I see why you guys go do the, go another path, complicated, explain that.
Well, I don't think anyone ever even brought it up as an option, actually.
1980, 1998, 1999, and 2000. Well,
That's before us, so that's all.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's probably.
right.
I'm moving to approve the,
Why don't we say that move to approve the
Truth and
operating, what is it called, the operating cost?
operating, yeah,
That way we're trying to just for the one.
okay.
So,
Operating company.
Didn't we say what the
Yeah.
resolution is called? No,
what
didn't we say move to approve whatever the resolution is?
what resolution?
This one.
The 2023-16. That's the truth and taxation resolution number.
I don't see a resolution tied to that.
Oh, it was in our hearing.
Is that in our hearing?
oh, yeah.
Yeah, we had a resolution in our hearing.
Do we approve the resolution in the hearing?
Yeah.
Did we? No, we didn't.
No, we did.
That's what.
No, you said we would do it during the meeting.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
Oh,
That's
Okay.
There's.
was in a public hearing. Okay.
Right.
It's E1 in a special meeting.
Right, I know. But we did.
You're too far back, right here.
We did, oh my gosh, how'd I miss that? That's right there, resolution.
It's in there.
2023.
How do we get by that?
Oh, six.
We're gonna hook you
But
up.
you said, you said individually that change that.
You have to do this before you approve the,
That's right.
approve the resolution. Yeah,
All right.
that's 16.
Yeah,
If we want to decipher it in, right?
2023,
Might not
16.
be the
Well, I guess
easiest.
you better, approve that.
I still don't know what to do with last meeting.
So.
Well, I would move.
No, I already did them. I'm just saying, I don't remember.
All the numbers in here are the same as,
Probably next
is in,
meeting.
Correct,
4029.
yeah.
So I would move that we, adopt the increase in the 2023 operating revenue millage, resolution 2023 -016 as presented. Okay.
So that was a motion to, for both.
Correct.
I'll support.
Are we doing this back at the other meeting where we should have done it? Are we doing this in the special meeting? Since it's in the
I
special
thought
meeting?
we had mentioned that we were gonna do it at our regular meeting.
Yeah.
and we do.
Yeah, can they say that?
Okay, I did say,
But if it's not on the agenda, I'm wondering if we should officially add it to the agenda to make sure, to be double sure that we can just do it, no worries.
Okay.
So are you looking at I4 that talks about the
Correct.
L4029, but you're adding the
Correct.
resolution number?
we missed
and that's-
approving the
okay.
resolution at E1 of the, special meeting. The resolution for the tax and, truth and taxation is supposed to be approved before the hearing.
Oh, before the,
Oh, we talked about it on E that, but we didn't do the actual resolution.
In terms of special meeting, because it should have been it wasn't part of the public hearing, part of the meeting.
It's supposed to be before the public hearing. You're supposed to approve the resolution before the public hearing.
So we need to go back to that.
Oh, you couldn't approve a resolution before the public hearing because we hadn't heard the people on it yet.
Yeah, I
If they're
understand,
saying
I
before you
understand
vote
what
on
you're saying, but according to the checklist, it's supposed to be approved before the,
Okay,
So we gotta approve
So
the
let's move
resolution.
to, add this to the regular meeting agenda
yeah,
under.
I4.
we're gonna make that part of I4.
Mhm.
Okay, that's probably the right thing to do.
Yeah,
So you're moving to add resolution
2023 -016
to I4.
to I4, the regular meeting.
I'll support.
I think we need to say the special meeting, move to bring
From the special meeting.
from the special meeting. We need to tie the meeting that we're moving that thing from, maybe.
It can't hurt to add the words
That's fine.
You with it?
from the special meeting.
Thank you.
She's probably ahead of us.
It's gonna need another gift card.
Yeah. It's the truth in taxation.
You got a motion for me, Roy? Did you get all that?
Yeah, hold on.
No pressure.
Move to include resolution 2023-016 to I4 from the special meeting to the regular meeting.
Perfect.
Yes.
Perfect.
sounds even better.
How about the truth and taxation special meeting
Yes.
to the, yeah. Okay. Who made that
Is
motion?
it and or?
Gary made it, I
Yeah,
support it.
Gary made the motion, Bev supported it.
And then we
All
got-
in favor, say aye. Ayes carry that one.
Is it in or and? Truth in taxation?
In.
Okay,
Yeah.
and who moved and who seconded? Sorry.
Gary moved, I
Okay,
second.
got
In this money, don't we have to do?
And we, No, we're adding it to the agenda. We don't need a
We're not
roll call.
doing the resolution, we're just moving it.
Yeah.
To the agenda.
I'm not
Okay.
spending anything, I don't
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
I,
So it carried.
No, you're gonna get another motion in the same
Yeah.
line, okay? So we did that. Okay, now I gotta go back where I was before. I've got to go.
Better than none.
What am I4?
Yes.
Okay, now we gotta, move to approve the,
I move that we approve the resolution 2023-016 increase of the 2023 operating revenue millage as presented.
I'll support.
I was hoping that we could get the L4029 also approved by the board so that I can send that in.
Can we make that a separate motion?
We can make that a motion after this one.
Okay.
So we got, Gary made the motion.
That's
That's supported it. All,
Roll call maybe on this?
yeah, roll call. Gary?
Yes.
Ronnie?
yes.
Ken, yes. Beverly?
Yes.
No, Christie's absent. We got one more motion here.
I move to approve the L 4029.
I would just go say, move to approve the supervisor recommended L4029.
Yeah.
Let me, you're on, Kara. Got a second?
Second.
Beverly, second. That's probably a money thing. Roll call, Gary,
Yes.
Rhonda,
Yes.
Ken, yes, Beverly,
Yes.
Christie's absent. What now? I had a conversation with, Callie,
Mhm.
and, they would like us to join the, 2024 scrap tire grant, have our name on there. Some of the things that they're offering us is that they would, actually run our, free tire days from our transfer station. They want to have a discussion with us about, possibly building a storage building to, allow us to be a catalyst for the community of collecting tires and storing them in a building. So that we could, as they fill up, call them up and they'll come get them and it, would save us.
Oh, they would come get them?
That's good.
They are, wanting to get all the tires out of our area, Van Buren County, basically. They also want us to identify anyone that's got a large amount of tires on their property and they would have somebody contact them and possibly send out a trailer to have the trailer built by the owner so that they can get rid of their tire. So basically, I think I gave, a copy of the email. didn't I? I gave you the email that kind of laid out what they would do.
My only concern on this is this application is coming from Eagle. Says right here, Eagle anticipating releasing a 2024 scrap tire application at the end of the month. Now, when I talk to Eagle about tire, accumulation, anything 500 tires or less, you don't have to be a certified site. If you do more than that, then you are considered a certified site, and there's a whole bunch of rules and regulations that Eagle has you adhere to.
Can we put a stipulation that at no time this building can hold more than 500 tires?
It says there's an option for landowners who have, well, landowners, 500 or more tires on their property to file application to a private site cleanup. But that's landowners. I don't know, since this is an legal application, you'd have to find out to see if there is an amount of tires that you can put in there that you're going to accumulate or store. If there is, then you can put 499.
What I was hearing, Gary, is if you have your tires inside, the limit is a little higher. But they would be picking them up when we got so many. But
Okay.
if we join in with them, they're gonna come down and they're gonna give us a presentation of everything that's gonna go on and got paperwork to fill out to do to get in it. But
Is there a cost, Ken?
there's a due date to get this to happen somewhere between,
She's gonna,
the end of this month and, first of October.
we're still there.
And if we can, get in sooner, it'd be better for them so that they can get a participation of a lot of townships, so. I think in the years past, we've been getting them $500 and we're getting
Right.
nothing, and I think this year when we gave them nothing, now they wanna do more.
Well, according to this.
Well, I think it's, not, one doesn't, I don't think have anything to do with
The
the
tire
other.
release is gonna be, for 2024, from August 31st through September 29th. And, Callie is supposedly gonna let us know a little bit more when the actual dates are, because I guess they're not etched in stone yet. But she needs to know at least something that we want to participate by the end of the month. By July. 31st.
Correct, and I told her that I'd bring it in front of the board tonight, and I would let her know.
Right.
That's what this is all about.
So
Is
can
there-
we-
Go ahead, Rhonda, I'm sorry.
Can we, have them come in and do their presentation in the next meeting?
I'm sure, but we need to tell them that
Yeah.
we have an interest in the grant, likely.
Well, yeah, but we want to hear their spiel.
Well, the board needs to tell them in a motion that we have an
Just because we
interest.
tell them an interest doesn't mean we're committed. That we,
That just means we're interested.
Right,
Right.
did they say anything about?
Once you let me know your interest, I will send you a 2024 memorandum of understanding, and it'll also follow the official due date of all the ball mentioned material once the official request proposal is released by Eagle.
right,
So basically, we just need to say that we're interested, and then we can get the
Then we
memorandum
can
of
see them,
understanding,
you
and
know what's involved.
then at probably our next meeting, we'll take a look at that, and she might have more information for us, and we'll determine if we're gonna sign or not.
Does this take a motion, Ken, to say that we're interested?
I don't know, are we done talking about?
I
I think
need a
so.
motion?
I don't know, I'm
No, I
asking.
don't think so.
Okay.
All you have to do is tell me that we're interested, and I will I'll send an email to her saying that the board discussed it,
Yeah,
we're interested in it, and I'll send you guys a copy of what I send her, so
Yep.
everybody knows what's going
I
on.
can't see any problem with that.
sounds good.
I'll take care of that tomorrow. I6, we removed. We're down to I7. This is the agenda and document management software that Chrissy was gonna look in for us, and she provided us all this information. I've read it. It looks like it's gonna be more money than we're spending right now.
Did you look at any of the townships that use it?
I didn't know of any town that used it. Do you?
There's a bunch listed in here, like, in Oregon and I researched 3 or 4 of them. And their demographics are way out of our league,
Yeah,
way out of our league. Not only
Reed still
that,
uses
this
it.
proposal, this proposal was good until
Things like
March
something.
31st
or.
this year, which is way
Whatever.
back. So this is outdated information.
So here's the, when I was reading this, and I did reach out to Christie, and I can't get in my email here, I should have brought my laptop, but, and it's my fault. But I had asked, so there's this $8,800 amount. That's what we were, I believe that's what we were billed for the year going forward, right?
Correct.
That's if we stay with them. I think, but I'm not positive, but I think these other amounts, when you open these proposals, because they all have in there a one-time fee. I don't think a one-time fee is yearly. I think that's for new clients, but I'm not positive.
Well, the
I'm
one-time
assuming.
fee is one-time fee, but there's also annual costs on this that they show the annual cost. And when you add those all together, it's quite expensive.
So is there,
But that was if you took everything, like,
Well,
we don't take everything, like, we don't do that,
yeah, see, I don't.
I hope we don't, I don't think we do that ordinance thing.
No, and I think that some of this that we have now is redundant, and I think we can get maybe the same or close to the same type of information or amount of things we need to get done with less software.
is there something else we could use besides iCompass that would be?
I'm gonna check with my neighbor. He's an IT guru guy, but, they fly him all over the world to set up things, so he knows quite a bit. But anyway, I checked this, some of these places that use this. I checked out, one was Hooper City in Utah. Another one was, St. Marie here in Michigan, they had it in there. The other one was, whatever,
Well, they
Oregon.
probably just put their shiniest, because this is a sales pitch,
Well,
so.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, some of these places like have airports and all that,
Yeah,
you know, like I said, their demographics were way out of sight compared to us.
Okay,
Anyway, this,
who's interested in changing from iCompass to whatever?
I,
Anyone interested in changing? I'm not.
I would recommend that we stick with the Diligent and pay the $8,800 for the year and stay where we have, and that'll give us some time to research a little bit more in depth.
that's exactly what I would,
It's used to here.
Yeah.
Used to here? Yeah, oh, sure.
we're used to it,
having here.
it's a lot of changes at one time.
That's right.
It gives time to
Gary, are you
research.
making a motion to remain with iCompass software and authorizing payment to Diligent Corporation for $8,875.13?
Correct.
Gary made a motion. Do I have a second?
I do,
Gary, roll call.
Yes.
Rhonda,
Yeah.
Ken, yes. Bev,
yes.
Just the other thing, I mean, this information.
Gary, if you went to their website, meeting management research sheet, and looked at that, you'll see that this program with web and meetings is going to be $3,850 more a year.
Yes,
If you just get the proposed meeting only, it's going to be $3,000 more a year,
correct.
which means it's going to cost us more money. And I hate to spend the money we just got with the truth and taxation on
Yeah,
software.
Well, the other thing is, this is expired, this is valid through March 31st, 2023, so this is old. Anyway,
I have a question for Kara. Kara, do you know, does iCompass have, like a lot of programs have like a tutorial section?
Yeah, there's a help, like, next to your username in the top right-hand corner. There's
But
help.
not like a,
They have video guides, book training, coaching, support, and feedback.
Gary, do you know if an administrator has more capabilities to do things with iCompass for setting up the groups? Like who's on the board of review and stuff like that?
Yeah.
And that's a special password to get into that?
I could be wrong, but as far as I know, it's Christy, the clerk, admin. I might have that same access, but I can't say 100%.
They got me down as being a board of review member, so when I go to do my meeting minutes and where they have to.
Yeah, you have to be like assigned
It
to.
shows 10 in there that I have to vote, and, I'm not a voting member.
And I also I can't fill in to do minutes for planning commission or anything.
Yeah,
I already had mentioned that.
yeah, that's
before,
just
Christie.
access
Yeah.
stuff, so I guess if you have
I
concerns,
think we might,
you have to
tweak
change
later.
it, yeah. It's easy enough to change, it's just knowing
Yeah.
what to change.
Do we need to give you a list of things we would like to see changed?
Probably a good idea.
Because I can't even set up a format that I'd like to put my
Yeah.
meeting in. No.
Yeah, just. write
Okay.
it. I have the minutes, I have to leave, so I do have the minutes.
oh, you did get it ready?
We'll do that right, the last thing we do, we'll do that before we
Okay.
go into final public comment.
All right, well, I have to leave, but I'm gonna finish the minutes remotely. But these are, I just
Thank
finished.
you, Karen.
How you gonna, oh, you're gonna do them.
These are
on
the
video.
minutes that we didn't approve.
Thank you very much, Sarah.
Thank you
I
very
didn't
much.
finish the video and put the exact words that were said for
Did I say any bad words?
for the number 4.
It's all good today.
So I'm sure there'll be changes.
This falls under something bad and
Thank you, Kara. That's super above and beyond.
Oh, you're welcome.
I can't even do a text and a phone call at the same time.
And then,
Okay.
if someone could just shoot me a text, like when the meeting's over and not in the video.
I'll do that.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Karen.
Of course.
Okay, before us now is I-8, it's an ordinance to adopt International Property Maintenance Code. This is something that Beth has been telling us that we need badly. To be able, for her to be able to walk up and just remove a travel trailer off somebody's property without any,
And the
Hey.
planning commission voted to recommend it
yeah, without changing,
unanimously.
without changing.
Yeah, state law, right?
To recommend it to here, to the board.
Yeah.
We'll do.
The resolution, is that what you're talking about?
Resolution, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we're on I-8.
Okay.
And that number is going to be 2023-017.
Now, the only thing we had question on was the fee schedule where Laura got the amounts from, the $70 an hour amount.
I changed that to say a maximum of $70 per hour.
Okay,
So that it could be whatever our
Okay.
going rate is down below,
And what was,
but you can't be higher than
that's
70.
perfect.
what was the other one? It was 35, wasn't it? for
Yeah.
Administrative?
Administrative also
Is
says
that
the same thing.
maximum? Okay, okay.
I put maximum on both.
I thought that was a little steep, so I'm glad that's what you did.
Yeah, well, the one I looked at that I took this from was another township across the state, same level that we are, low population as we are. They were 90 and 45,
Yeah,
and I dropped it to 70, but then I was talking to someone, they said put it max, because if Beth does something as an ordinance enforcement, she's only gonna charge her going rate of $32, $35, whatever.
yeah.
And this will help us in court. It'll help back us up in court.
It'll show that it'll be reasonable.
Maybe if we latch on to some of these things. we
I-
make them out there.
I think this one shows that, doesn't it? Yeah, it says maximum $70 per hour.
Yeah,
That's what I added
Yes.
to
and
that.
that's kind of what we had talked about, was put a not to exceed amount on it.
All three of these.
Yep.
It has to be published. It needs to go to the newspaper on Wednesday. Tomorrow to get into the South Haven Trib this Friday. And then 30 days from that day, this will be in effect and you can start work. There is a legal requirement for so many days to actually do that. I think I put that in the resolution, that it had to be 7 days after its adoption, it has to be done.
Do you have an ordinance number for it, Kenny? Do you have an ordinance number yet?
2023-017, it's gonna.
That's a resolution, that's not the ordinance. I don't have an ordinance.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The resolution will be that, but not the ordinance.
Yeah,
Okay.
So we have to adopt international property maintenance code, we have to have an ordinance, in place. And then adopt the code and then adopt the fee schedule. I think I got them in that order going. Did I do that?
So we need a resolution to adopt the maintenance code. And then it will become an ordinance after it's adopted
So the resolution.
and after it's
The resolution goes
gone
first.
through the public. and-
We have to adopt the code before we can have an ordinance to.
Yeah. This is a resolution, and then there's a resolution for the,
Oh, I'm sorry, I
so
misunderstood.
that'd be the 018, right?
Yeah, that'll be away.
Oh, yeah.
Code fee schedule will be 1/8. We gotta have the ordinance approved before we can do the code. The dollar chart.
So
Oh,
you need a motion for that resolution.
I need a motion to adopt International Property Maintenance Code, resolution 2023-17.
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Or,
Gary's got a second. Let's do a roll call. Gary?
Yeah.
Rhonda?
Yes.
Kenzie, yes. Christie's absent.
Yes, yes.
Okay, that one's gone. Now we need to talk about the ordinance. We don't have an ordinance number for this. It's gonna be 23XX.
18.
No.
That's a resolution. It's gotta be ordinance number. It's probably 01. I don't think we've done an ordinance yet this year, have we?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't believe we have, but I wouldn't take it for granted.
Well, we're gonna have to add that after we adopt this. I might have to go look at all the ordinances that we've done this year. Since January. Well, it's gonna be 2023-XX.
Trying to think if we've done an ordinance.
So, did you guys have time to read this?
Oh, well, this is what was,
Yeah.
checked over by our attorney, right?
Yeah, our
Yeah.
attorney checked over this. What I did is I found one of these, again, across the state, where they adopted this. This is exactly most of their wording. Our attorney did, take some stuff out and add some
Right.
stuff.
Right.
But section 2 is the real important thing, because if you had the code here and you went to section 1.01, it says insert.
Yeah.
And then it tells you to put in the township
Right,
and the county and what state you're in.
right,
Then you, go to section 1.035, it tells you to insert any fees.
right, right.
And in our case, the fees, if any, shall be in accordance with the resolution. Well, the resolution is what's next. So. On, section, 112.4, it says insert the amount of, penalties that you have.
Right,
And, that was a 250 and 500.
yep,
Grass can only be as tall as 10 inches.
And I'm looking at a typo here, I think, so it says insert 10 inches, that was regarding the grass.
Talk to me.
But then it says add at the end of the second paragraph, the following sentence. So shouldn't that be,
Yeah, sure, adding,
Somewhere else.
you're inserting 10 inches where you have to insert it, but at the end of the second
you're adding
paragraph.
that in that
You
section?
need to add the sentence that says the township shall have a lien upon such property for such costs, which shall be enforceable in the manner provided by general law in the state of Michigan. That's what the attorney.
Yeah, and I think I asked the same dang question the other night.
Well, good, you're consistent in this. They needed a date of when, your,
it was something to do with heat.
it had to do with the heat, the furnaces.
Yeah,
And then the other two were inserting September to June 1st is when you're gonna have something else in operation, freezing weather or something like that, but.
it's for more construction,
Yeah.
in an uninhabited building, you still had to have the heat.
Yeah. And section X.
So like a landlord has to provide a means of heat,
Right,
that's
Section
Remember
eight,
that.
section eight, you need to pay attention to because that's your first offense is gonna be somewhere between 125 and 250, and second offense would be 275 to 550. And
Yes.
that's based on what might be happening.
It's a 3-year period for offenses.
And the grass thing, like that said, nobody's gonna go around the township with a ruler measuring grass.
No.
That's just in that maintenance code. We'll
I'll go-
enforce the things that we need
Yeah,
to
a lot
as a
of townships
community.
have what they call noxious weeds,
Yeah.
and it's for people that don't mow their lawn.
Okay, if everyone's read this, I need a motion to adopt ordinance 2023 XX.
I'll move to adopt the International Property Maintenance Code ordinance.
Hey,
number
Gary,
2023.
Gary, if you looked at the bottom of the ordinance, it says there's gotta be a motion by, second by to adopt the ordinance 2023 XX. My motion is by Gary,
Yes,
Support,
ordered by Bev, so now we got a motion by Gary, a second by Bev to adopt the ordinance 2023 XX. This says yeas and nays, but I think it has to be names, so the yeas are Gary, you a yay?
yes.
Rhonda J, I'm yay, Bev J. All yeas,
Christie's.
Christie's absent. Okay. And then, no abstains, I will sign this, and then Christie will certify it and put in the number for it. It's gotta be published in South Haven Trip. So I think we just took care of that. So it's gonna be adopted today, the 18th of March, or
He's going.
July.
March 15th. Maybe you need to play those numbers.
Yeah. No, I need to do something. Okay, so that takes care of that one. Now we're down into the fee schedule. And the fee schedule is gonna be this is International Private Code fee schedule that's referenced in the resolution that we do this.
And this will take September 1st.
What was that?
It'll take effect September 1st according to the word.
Yeah, I put down September 1st, 2023. I figured, if we get it in the newspaper, it's gonna be this weekend and it's gonna be close enough to the first of the month.
Right.
Like trying to calculate exactly when, and I thought maybe I better be safe than sorry. Talks about when we adopted it, believes that the fees are set below are accurate and reflect reasonable costs.
I think we need to go back.
Well, I have a question. You don't have to go back.
I'm sorry.
I see on this fee schedule, you're talking about a property maintenance code officer. Do we have such a title, or is this a term that matters?
Your building inspector is normally one of your officers. Your
That's what it means. I'm just
we
wondering.
would appoint somebody to be that. It could be somebody on the board, it could be our deputy sheriff, it could be Beth.
Maybe we'll get
It
smart.
could be a
one day
number of
this,
people
get
that could
someone-
be acting in that manner.
So if somebody pays.
I can tell you that Chuck Moore,
Yeah,
he used this code when he went out to enforce stuff.
okay. So.
I would imagine the new guy, when he goes out, he'll use this to enforce stuff.
So they would be the ones to actually get the $70 or the township would?
Well, they would charge us the hourly rate and we would use that hourly rate to be the rate that we use.
Okay. Cause then there's.
And
the
if it's over
clerical support.
$70, we will have to eat it.
So we're paying them, just like we pay Beth. We're
We're just saying that
expecting it was
if
different.
he charges $80 and we only allow 70, then it's gonna be the $70 that we can put against the person. We only charge $35, then we're only gonna be able to get $35. When we could get 70, because that's the math. We're not trying to make money with this, I guess is what I'm saying.
Mhm. I'm just wondering if we're gonna lose money.
Well, yeah,
But we always lose money on like,
I don't wanna lose money either.
Okay, I don't have any problems with this the way it's written.
the
You have-
only problem I have is, didn't we just approve the ordinance saying 2023 X?
Yeah,
So how are we gonna differentiate this one?
this is gonna be, that's not,
This is gonna
that's
be
not,
all one.
that's XX, it didn't get one, this is gonna be
XX.
2023-18.
Okay.
This is the
The
piece.
resolution, you got a number for it then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know, we got it, but we got it. So what?
Okay.
We need a motion to adopt the resolution 2023-18. Do I got a motion to adopt? Rhonda made the motion. Do I have a second?
That's
Support
for
it?
property code amendments fee schedule.
Again, on the bottom of the resolution, it has motion adoption by and supported by.
Yeah,
So it's gonna be right in there.
okay. I'll support it.
Gary, Rhonda, Gary. And this needs A's and A's again, so I need to know who's making A's. Gary, you an A?
Yeah,
Gary is Rhonda. You an A?
Yes.
I'm an A.
Too late for discussion, right?
And what are you?
No,
You're a no?
I'm just thinking, if we make it 70, then someone will probably charge 70, if we could.
We
Well, it's a
are,
maximum.
we are not gonna charge less.
Okay, all right, yes.
That's a Bev A. We got no nays, and we got one absent.
We don't have to pay, we don't have to. Just because we say maximum of 70 doesn't mean we have to pay 70.
no,
We can say, oh, that's too expensive for us, we gotta go on to someone else.
It's gonna be whatever their going rate is.
Yeah.
I think the building inspector, he's got another schedule for rates of what he has, not over that. It's necessary for a township to appoint an interim building inspector for Columbia Township. I put in here that our township sends condolences to the family and friends of the building inspector, Chuck Moore. He'll be missed by all. I had another, application come in. I don't know what I did with it, but I had it here.
got it right here.
He's got it.
Oh, yeah, I just gave it to
Randall
Gary.
Eldering.
Well, I just want to mention that I did get another one so that everyone knows I got another one. Beth has recommended a guy that she works with closely and very familiar with and says he's really good.
And he's licensed
Yeah, he's got like,
already?
the other guy is Randall Aldering. What we're doing is we're appointing someone an interim building inspector for Columbia Township. At some point in time, we're gonna gather a request for a building inspector permanently, and we will look at other applicants that we have at that time.
My only comment,
You got the rich, like, group over there too? Should have both of them. This was a big package.
Yeah. My only concern, and it really doesn't affect him as our building inspector, but under his education, it says there, Michigan Advanced Assessing Officer, level 3, license so-and-so. Now, he's not gonna do any assessing for us, I assume, because his license expired.
He's not doing any assessing for us, but what he was a licensed, assessor.
No, I know that.
And he worked with Ann
Yeah,
in the past,
that's fine.
and,
But- My only, if he's still gonna be doing assessing, maybe not, but he's gotta renew his license if he's gonna do that.
I think he is a zoning, he also has a zoning certificate. According to Beth, what she told, she did speak of this person. And, she said that's what he's doing now. He does building inspecting for that area there and
he has BSNA capability
and he
and
was,
his
and
office,
and
he's the
zoning
BSNA
administrator.
for his
Right.
building inspector stuff.
Right.
And he can actually draw everything out, BSNA, and then
Yep. I saw that.
our assessor will have, the calculations of being able to assess the property that way.
So I like the idea that he's got the assessing experience and, was a zoning administrator,
Oh,
so
yeah, oh, yeah.
he knows both ends.
Yep.
And it'll prevent,
Possible conflict.
confusion on what what's the zoning, like the confusion with the one property where it was listed as taxed as residential or whatever it was, but it wasn't actually in that zone.
I have a quick question. Is this just his resume or is there a fee schedule? Like, do we know how much
He
it
filters
charges?
by the state. Yeah,
I gave her the fee schedule that he has, it's by the state, if you wanna see it, it's the state schedule.
Did he say he's gonna use that, or do you think they'll have to?
Did Chuck use that?
He uses the fee schedule set by the state of Michigan for his
Yeah.
inspections, how much he pays per, square foot. Every 6 months, the state changes the square foot value, it might go up, it might go down, but They changed it. I didn't get that for the day, otherwise I would have thrown that in.
So it says, I still will be using the current 2013 building permit fee schedule from the Bureau of Construction Codes. This will make it easier than bringing it to the board every 6 months. Using the current building square foot cost keeps the buildings in line with the assessor's records. You want to see this?
Did you say the 2013?
It probably hasn't been updated by the state since then.
This is since.
Let me see.
February of 2023.
Yeah, I read that, but let me see what you got.
So I do know from Beth speaking that this,
Where's all the fees I gave you?
Right here.
you gave me that.
Right here.
Gary's got all the fees.
It's broken down out.
Is that the property maintenance code itself is, I think, just being updated and updated in forever. It's not the kind of thing that they. Well, I mean, look at the plumbing code, dig a hole in the ground and you could go.
So who's gonna appoint this guy for
I think that's a typo,
Until we
that's
hire.
supposed to be 2023 building total permit schedule. It
Oh,
was issued in February 23.
Yeah,
can I see the fee schedule or is
No,
that
you-
privileged
you're ahead,
information?
it's broken down
Isn't it in
alphabetically
there?
and a ton of different, I mean, residential, commercial, residential.
It's-
fee,
it's-
residential-
okay.
I mean, it's really,
What Chuck uses?
What's up?
it's really,
Oh, yeah, it looks like it's. Yeah, it looks like just the same cost as Chuck here.
Just to clarify then, is it the same deal where this guy would fill that out? He keeps 90% of it and we get 10%.
Is that what Chuck was doing?
you know,
I
I
don't,
believe so.
I don't,
I
that's
thought,
what he would do.
I thought it was rolled right over.
I didn't think we got 10% of what
Yeah,
Chuck
we did.
does.
yeah,
Yeah.
building inspector.
I don't know, I didn't talk to him about that.
So if we get 10% of inspections, then why don't we get 10% of permits? Like zoning and. I don't know,
I didn't talk to him about that, I didn't know.
Just the money for zoning.
I didn't know that.
I thought it was a roll for
No.
I think it all goes to the
That comes in
township,
here.
yeah,
Yeah.
right, I'm confused.
I'm not sure that we can increase the
I'm not-
state number by that much.
And that's yours.
You
also.
could look back at some of Chuck's recent ones, probably, and see if he was using those rates.
The schedule can show me look the same as $100, $75. It looked like what we've already got.
Well, the square foot thing.
But most of the time, aren't the checks made out to Columbia Township and then we pay him a bill, right?
He gives us an invoice.
Yep.
And it's a breakdown of everything he's done and then the total. And then we take 10% of the total.
Right.
So who receives the checks, Rhonda?
I do.
You get the checks from the
Christie
inspector
gets the invoices.
and they're written out to Columbia Township?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then he bills for what he's done and then we take 10% off the top. and-
Yeah.
Do those ever not match? Has there ever been an issue there?
Yeah, we got Bloomingdale one time.
Maybe rounding or something.
Okay,
It just seems complicated taking 10% instead of just charging an extra $10 on the 100 or well, then he gets paid 90 if he's 100.
Yeah.
That's how.
Okay, anyways, can I get a motion to, appoint Rich McGrew as our interim building inspector for Columbia Township?
I'll make that motion.
And for how long are we gonna?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, we did
Before we
that.
put out a,
I was thinking 4 months. Get past all this trouble that we're in right now. That was. Hold on, here. Did I get a motion?
yeah, you did. I
Who got
made it.
Who gave it?
I made it.
Who seconded it? Anyone second it?
Can we add that? So it'd be.
I'd rather not. I'd rather not, I'd just rather get this done and then, when we feel like we're ready for it, we can jump right into it.
Why don't-
What I hate doing is putting stuff out there and then we don't do it.
no,
Then I got
she
it.
said that, put the 4-month period on there.
And I'm saying, what, then we gotta live the 4-month period and we're not ready to do that.
Right.
That,
We need somebody
you know,
out there now.
I feel everything that we've been running every month, we come in here and we wanna talk about the same thing and we still get nowhere
Kick
with
the
it.
can down the road, just stop that.
No,
I'm
what
not
I'm saying,
kicking stuff down the road as well enough of that.
what I'm
It's ready
saying
or it's not.
is this guy, is he gonna be told that at some point he's gonna be asked to be?
He was already told that.
Oh.
I told him he should be appointed interim because we have work that we have to get done. And
I think it's a great opportunity to get to try before you buy. That doesn't happen very often.
Right.
And our zoning administrator already works with them. He doesn't live in the community and I think that's a plus. I really do.
All right, so
You understand what I'm saying now?
I second.
A lot easier, Gary would decide. Okay, this is money, roll call, Gary,
Yes.
Rhonda,
Yes.
Ken, yes. Val,
Yes.
okay, we got one more thing to do. Something came up that we have to do with meeting minutes,
Yes.
and I'm gonna forget it if you guys don't remind me.
I was gonna remind you.
We have to get approved.
We said we had to fix, what section? Section 7.
We had to add the meeting minutes that Tara just
Yeah,
typed up.
yeah.
Yeah.
From July 18th.
Moved by, so what it didn't have was who moved. I moved and Gary seconded.
So I move
What,
to,
which one are we on?
Number 7, that was one of the things that was missing. They had the motion, but not who made it. And
Yeah,
then,
but it says, move to approve the June 2nd with a change to motion 12. Approving Bloomingdale right away,
this was.
right away. Well, that was the cable stuff, high speed cable,
Right,
yeah,
so she just made that all complete.
okay, yeah.
But then was there one other section?
There's one other thing, I wrote it down, like if I make it.
before was it? Number number 8. Motion 3 was.
And was it, and setting the rate of, yeah, no, that was in there.
It was just a piece of work.
So much better in paper.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I know, it was the one about the credit card,
Oh, very good.
yes.
So we got that off, that was already right in there, right?
Was they already, that was already done, fix that, okay.
So we're just checking that she corrected the stuff that she said she was gonna correct
Yes,
in our previous meeting. So that, okay, so we don't really have any action on that, like reviewing that.
we never made the motion,
We never approved.
right, we didn't approve that, so we need to.
We need to approve that.
Now that we actually have the changes in front of us to see.
Not very long. either.
Sorry, is it 26 minutes?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah, okay. Okay, what was the other part of this? Oh, we have to,
We have to add. We have to add.
no, we need to approve these minutes with
with
these
the corrections.
corrected, yeah,
With the correction.
yes. Or just approve the minutes as presented. Because we didn't approve
That's
before.
true. That's true. Okay, the corrections have been made on here? Then
As far as I can see,
if there's no other comments or discussions, then I would move that we approve the June 20th, 7 PM, regular board meeting minutes as presented.
There you go. Okay. A second.
Okay, I wasn't paying attention. Good.
Gary made a motion, Ron a second.
To approve the June 2023 regular board meeting minutes as presented.
Are you still looking for your note, Ken?
I call my notes, I think. I didn't have very good notes for that meeting. Okay, so this isn't I-10 though, is it? This has to be I-10.
Yeah, it's the bottom. I-10.
Gary made the motion, right? Who seconded it?
I second.
This is June, but not second meeting, June 20th. And I guess that's all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye, carry. Okay. It's,
So that was I-10 then, correct?
Yes.
yeah. Well, I've been all over this computer tonight. Think that'd be better. Okay, we're at the bottom. Let's see the bottom of that.
Round board.
Oh, Karen, you're on.
I actually, of course, did have something that came up when you guys were talking about the conservation district. And you were talking about Eagle and grants and stuff. I'm just gonna remind you that grants don't always turn out like you think, like Larry's tire. And when you're talking about a building, I know you wouldn't proceed with anything too early, but we're already adding a cell tower. Talking about running out of space without maybe even adding property. Needing a site plan and this building, I guess, would have an office for Butch or whoever, right? But I'm just saying, we've gone after grants a little bit and we don't want them to backfire on us, that's all.
What's going back for?
I'm not saying it will, I don't want
We don't
it to.
want it to.
But it could take the place of all that big pile of tires.
That's it?
I would think
Mary?
those tires should be cleaned up by now.
Pardon?
It seems like all the tires in the township should be pretty darn close to being cleaned up. I
We
would
have
think.
someone coming in from Allegan and drops off about 20 to 30 tires about once a month.
Well, we need.
Yeah, why do we let them do that? From Allegan?
Ally one said that she was gonna help us resolve that.
Is it the same person all the time?
The red truck, older truck comes out of Allegan, comes down like
Yeah,
48th Street,
yeah.
right at the street.
Yeah, we talked about putting some cameras up.
Oh, and they
They
dump
got
them on the
cameras up there. They
road.
got a picture of the truck, but he doesn't carry a license plate.
They don't take them to the dump, they dump them on the road.
They
Is
put
that
them in
what's-
the stream,
Oh,
and chuck that go down there and pull them out.
I got one giant tractor tire and
Okay.
you want.
Any other public comment besides that?
I just want to thank everybody. I'm looking forward to,
Be careful what you look forward to.
looking forward to helping.
Looking for you to train the team and, you're gonna be a team player. And I appreciate you taking the time to do this. I know it's a lot of work.
Gonna be a big job, yeah.
Okay, correspondence announcements.
But
There's something I wanted to tell you guys. Something that was important that I was gonna tell you.
is it your birthday?
In March.
March.
It is March 15th.
I have generated a letter to, a neighbor to
Transfer
the
station.
transfer station. And, looking to see if she'd be interested in selling the township 100 foot to the north and 50 foot to the east, so that we can expand the transfer station, so that we can, actually do recycling.
And you walked it and it's not swamp, because it's swampy over there.
I have walked it and, it's a little, swamp, but not, if it's dry, I can.
It's swamped, I got a bridge
I
outside.
can level it out.
I only have one comment on that. You might want to check when that was split last, because there are regulations now for splitting property with certain dimensions. So you probably want to check with Ann to see, because why go if it can be split, or if it, why not just go with 2 acres, period, instead of 1.6?
I figured,
Make it even, but I'm
I
just,
like your ideal 2 acres. I can figure out what that is with 100 feet and 100
Well,
feet to the back.
I'm just saying, there are regulations now for splitting property. So many, and I think it's a 10-year period or something. Now, Mary may know more about that than,
It's 4 times in 10 years,
and
4 splits in 10 years.
This is only, had 2 splits, so we're on 02.
Okay.
Because when we got it, I don't know how long we've had the transfer station, but it became. 02.
Yeah, but it would be splitting the woman's property,
and
correct?
you guys know the history of the Land Division Act? Why it was created? It was created to keep farm areas
Yeah.
from turning into subdivisions.
Right. right.
That's
Well,
exactly.
they
what
used to
it
allow
was.
10 splits in 10 years.
And that's
Now they're
why
down
there's a
to
4-to-1 ratio too for.
That's why I
Anyway,
throw that out there.
just a comment.
It had a purpose.
Just a comment.
Yeah, I'll look into that.
But we can check on her property and see if she's ever split. She may have
Yeah.
never made a split
Yeah,
Right.
on the adjoining property to the transfer station.
yeah.
There have been 2 splits on that property.
Oh, there has been.
I can tell by the tax ID.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know who else would wanna buy it. It's so wet over there,
Well, why would anybody wanna buy one parcel?
and the neighbors are. Huh? Look at all these little satellite things, all these little,
Okay.
right there.
We can,
right?
we can expand there. Okay, let's go to the board comments. Bev already had hers, so. Eric?
My only comment is that I think Kara, because of her situation now and her dogs and election time coming up, I think it was a wise move for her to get a little bit more education under her belt for the clerk's position. And I think that her helping with the website, hopefully she will continue to do that because she's good at what she does, and we need some young people on for helping and along with the cemeteries and the other things that she said that she would be able to help with. I hope that she continues to do that because we do need her assistance. And she's good at what she does, and I'm just glad that she made the choices that she made for her maybe well-being. I don't know if that's the right word or not, but her own availability and work schedule. So I'm glad she's still helping with us because we need the help.
And the youth, we need the youth
Yeah.
in here. Us old people, we don't understand that new stuff.
That's my comment.
Rhonda? Okay, that's good.
I don't have
I
anything.
figured that.
No, I do have a comment, and it is about Kara. I read Kara's email, and she's a very, very kind person, and I'm sorry that she was put in this position to feel like she should withdraw. That was the best path she could see, and I don't believe it was all based on her schedule. But I would like to say she's wonderful at what she does, and I hope she sticks around. And Mary, welcome to the team. And I hope that, hope it's not too hard for you, or hard on you, I should say. It's a big job. Being a clerk is a big job, and, I hope Kara decides to stick around in that capacity to help you with that. So. And I'm glad this is done now.
She's very talented and very willing to help, so I think she will. But it is her busy season, and I think it's a little overwhelming.
Yeah, her mother too,
Mhm.
blueberries.
Hey, you done?
I'm done.
Good. I guess I really don't have anything I haven't already said, so I'm gonna pass on that, and we'll go to someone making a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion. Gladly,
I'll second.
with glee.
Everybody, around, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Ayes carried. Hey, 9:00.
8:58.
We're gonna be shorter than this. We're gonna get
I'm
better.
gonna text Kara.
Yeah.
Let's talking by to the right.
We're gonna be so short, we can walk under a closed door.
Short, what do you mean?
I would hope so.
On the meeting.
Okay, I gotta go make myself.
Turn this over.
the light out. I'm used to leaving here in the dark.
I know.
Does anyone know where Ruth camps these? I never could find them for planning.
Well, there,
I'll remember to send her an email to ask her.
I took the ones out and put ours in
Where'd you find ours?
up here. That's why I left those.
Oh, okay, there, did you find them? Here's Anita.
Car off.
Yeah, we.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
moved them from here.
They
Because
take care
ours
of
was
that?
sitting here, ours were
Oh, yeah,
there.
he's talking up there.
No, they took care of it, they took.
So I changed them. And I don't know where they keep them.
Yeah, I see some of them now that I didn't see, they weren't there last week.
No, I've never seen them there before either, so I haven't.
I've been there.
Somebody needs to send an email.
I texted her.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah.
Are we supposed to put this away or?
I think so, but maybe she has to do something first.
I wait till the light goes out, or
Right.
whatever happens. You know what to do, right?
A little bit, not really.
Oh,
Columbia Township reporting or changing implementation will result in minutes no longer matching the order. Oh. Looks like it's still recording.
Well,
Which-
she probably. you- she just
Everything's
texted
still
you probably-
recording.
You probably didn't get, she didn't get it yet, so
Yeah.
she'll get it and get it squared away.
Well, I just wanted to stop the recording so it doesn't go too far, because then she'll have to look back forever. I'm not using that mouse.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Still working, I see her face.
Yeah, you're right. Then I don't know if you need to save something.
Is that an X?
Yeah, but I'm timestamp video. I guess it's okay to close the video. I don't know. I know it starts in Zoom, which surprised me. Oh, that would be Kara.
Gotta like get off my.
Yeah, right.
Probably, that's good.
Yeah,